What's up, YouTube world? Welcome to the channel, Dickie Does Audio. I just wanted to try to start a channel that would kind of go over some older model of speakers. You know, I want to try to help out the new person. You know, the person that's just starting out in the audio world. You know, I just I think that I have several speakers and whatnot that I can kind of lend an opinion on that a lot of people on YouTube that I've seen anyway, I haven't really seen anybody that are talking about any of this stuff, and I know that it's because it's older, but I feel like that there's still some value in a lot of this older equipment, and I think that you can find a lot of it if you're hunting. You know, if you're looking for it, you can find a lot of this stuff on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and other apps like that. You know, if you're looking for it and you really want to find something like this, you can find it, and you can find it at good prices. And so we don't all have to pay for the latest greatest speaker that just came out, or the latest greatest receiver or subwoofer, or just something like that. We don't have to pay retail price for these new speakers when we can buy speakers from 10 years ago, or even longer, and it's at a fraction of the cost. So if anything that I'm talking about right now interests you just a little bit, and you think that you might get some helpful advice out of what I may talk about, hit the subscribe button and like the video. And hopefully here within about a week or two, I have several videos that I plan on doing. And what I'm going to start off doing is I'm going to start off with some of the older Klipsch model speakers that I have. I figured I would start with those because it seems like Klipsch is the brand that people that are just getting into audio, they seem to lean towards. And it's because of marketing and things, and not that they sound bad. Everybody has their own preference, but Klipsch is the big name brand that people listen to first, it seems, and it's just what they lean towards. And I just happen to have quite a few pair of them because whenever I first started off in this hobby, I was a big Klipsch fanboy. I was all about Klipsch. When I first started off in this hobby, I started off, and a friend of mine gave me a pair of Infinity satellite speakers, and I thought they were freaking great because I could mount them wherever I wanted and angle them towards my listening position, and they were great. Well, just happened to go over to a different friend of mine's house and just noticed that he had up on his walls a little bit of a bulkier satellite speaker. I didn't even ask him what it was. I went home and I started doing some research, and that's where I found Klipsch. It was the Klipsch quintets that he had, and you could hear the difference. When I got those Klipsch quintets, they were basically night and day difference between them and the Infinity. And the reason for that was that the Infinities, they had a really small speaker in them, and even a smaller tweeter. Obviously, they were very small, and so there wasn't a whole lot of tone when you listen to them. They sound like an audio speaker from a car. There wasn't a whole lot of bass, I guess, coming out of people's voices, if you will. The quintets, on the other hand, whenever I got those put up, the sound quality from them was leaps and bounds above the Infinity speakers. The tonal quality was so much better. You could actually hear the bass in somebody's voice. And so yeah, the Klipsch quintets is where I started off at. I guess that's where I actually really started getting into this. The Infinity speakers kind of were just a little nudge into it, and then the Klipsch quintets, whenever I got those, that's whenever I kind of jumped off the cliff and just dove in head first. And then so after that, I was kind of just scouring the internet nonstop looking for speakers. And so then I would find bookshelf speakers here, and I would find, you know, these tower speakers and whatnot. And so I've accumulated several pair of Klipsch speakers, and then after several years of, you know, listening to Klipsch, and then I had a couple pair of JBL speakers that I bought in between the times that I was listening to the Klipsch, or that I was buying Klipsch back then. There was a pair of JBL Northridge, I think is what they were, or no, they were the Venue series, and so I actually went and bought those off of a guy. I think I bought, it was the center channel and the front left and right tower and the subwoofer, and I think I might have paid 150 or 200 bucks for it back then, and it was a great deal. The subwoofer freaking slammed back then, you know, for just a 112-inch subwoofer. It actually it it did a good job. Um, so the JBLs was nice, but I still kept leaning towards Klipsch, and so I've bought several pair of them. I have several pair now, and so back to what I was getting at in the beginning, what I want to do with this channel is just kind of lean towards um, some of the older stereo speakers, some of the older receivers that you can find. You know, you don't have to spend 1,500 bucks on a receiver to get good sound quality. You don't have to spend $2,000 on, you know, the latest greatest speaker to get good quality. And I know a lot of people know this, but some people don't. And those are the people that I'm focusing on. You know, just to try to give somebody a helping hand. You know, I've seen a lot of people here recently that they seem like they're a little discouraged in their own systems. You know, they're not happy with what they have because they look at somebody else's system and they get a little envious of it. We all get envious. You know, everybody has a budget, and some, you know, everybody's budget is not the same. So there's no reason to really be envious of anybody else's equipment. You know, you just have to take it in stride. You know, you start off with one thing and then you work your way up to something that you really like and really enjoy. And when you get that, man, you know it. And hopefully you don't get like me and you feel like you're kind of addicted to this. And it's like, even though I have several speakers that I freaking love that are sitting right here in this room, they sound phenomenal. You know, I still like to buy other speakers. So anyway, I'm gonna have a couple videos come out within the next couple of weeks, and you know, I basically it'll be. I'm not gonna try to go really in depth on, you know, some of these speakers. It's just gonna be, you know, what's the difference between this speaker, this speaker, this speaker, this speaker, and on up. Just try to help put somebody in the ballpark of where they need to be, or where they might want to be on sound, and just to try to help somebody out. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick glimpse of what I have just sitting up here right now. These are the Klipsch RB35s. Great speaker. The Klipsch RB81s are in another room. I'll bring those in here. But then these are I think they're the RP160s. This is the Klipsch R115. Nice subwoofer. You know, it gets ragged on a little bit, but actually, man, it does work. You know, it's a nice sub. The Kef LS50s right here, really like them. You can see I haven't even took the sticker off the top of them yet. But then these Miller and Kreisel speakers right here, really like them. I have another set of M&K speakers in my other room too. Then these Martin and Logan, I think they're the 35 XT or XT35. Receivers right here, you know, Harman Kardon, paid 50 bucks for it. Denon receiver, paid 20 bucks for it. Whenever I first got into the audio and video thing, trying to get into home theater and getting like a dedicated room, a buddy of mine bought a bar, and in the bar there were there was this receiver and two projectors. I bought both projectors off of him and this receiver for 200 bucks. used the one projector for a little while, sold the other projector for almost $200. So I think I had a total of, you know, $20 or $50 or something like that, 20 or $40 in a receiver and a projector that I was using for a while. So if there's anything, you know, drop some comments down, you know, and maybe we can try to figure something out. I'm going to continue to buy speakers. That's what I like to do. And, you know, if there's any speakers that I'm not going to be able to find every speaker that you guys, you know, that you're wanting to listen to, or, you know, an old speaker. But I'm going to still continue to buy just entry level speakers that I think are at a good deal, just to listen to them. And then, you know, I mean, I think what I want to do is possibly just give some of them away, especially some of the ones that are not very expensive. Maybe just figure out a way to do some kind of a random name generator or a random number generator or something, and that way that I can just give some speakers away, help some people out. Just do something, man, just to try to help everybody out and let everybody have some fun in this audio journey that we're all in. So anyway, enjoy your night, and hopefully in the next couple weeks or so, I have a couple videos out that we can all sit back and have a couple comments about.